Kate Middleton won over the public with her elegance, grace, and quiet strength, securing her place not only within the royal family, but also in the hearts of millions around the world. When a world-famous pianist publicly questioned her talent during a royal event, the moment stirred murmurs across the globe. What followed wasn't just unexpected, it became unforgettable. "I think this really is bigger than that. This isn't just about happy, healthy children. This is about the society I hope we could and can," she expressed with conviction. In a surprising turn, the Princess of Wales took her place at the piano and delivered a performance that left even her most critical observers stunned. What led to such a powerful display? Was it a hidden passion, quiet resolve, or something deeper? This was the moment a royal made her statement, without uttering a single word, unveiling a talent that had long remained behind closed doors. The night was crisp at Kensington Palace, filled with anticipation. A major charity event had brought together a distinguished crowd, including members of the royal family, government leaders, dignitaries, philanthropists, and celebrated artists. The evening was dedicated to supporting music education across the Commonwealth and was grand in both vision and execution. The palace's west wing had been transformed into an elegant concert hall, with a shining grand piano at the center, framed by golden sconces and lush velvet drapes. In the front row sat the Prince and Princess of Wales. Catherine, radiant in a deep sapphire gown, exuded the quiet dignity she's long been known for. Beside her, Prince William, dressed in a dark tailored suit, projected the steady and comforting presence the public has come to expect. The evening's program featured a blend of traditional and modern classical music. Midway through the event, the host introduced the night's star performer, a pianist renowned around the world for his extraordinary technique and magnetic presence. Though his name wasn't announced right away, the audience buzzed with recognition at the mention of his accomplishments. Then he appeared. It was Lang Lang. Lang Lang, hailed by the New York Times as the most electrifying figure in classical music, had played on many of the world's most celebrated stages, from Carnegie Hall to the Royal Albert Hall and the National Center for the Performing Arts in Beijing. His performance at Kensington Palace elevated the evening's prestige. He greeted the audience with charm and gratitude. But then, the tone of the evening subtly shifted. While gesturing to the front row, Lang Lang made a joking remark, light-hearted but sharp. With theatrical flair, he suggested that few could rival his piano skills, especially not the royals, with an unmistakable nod toward the Princess of Wales. The crowd reacted with mixed laughter and surprise. Though the comment was intended to be humorous, it carried a teasing edge that made the atmosphere a bit uneasy. Lang Lang continued his performance, pouring such emotion and precision into his music that he received the kind of applause usually reserved for the grandest international stages. Amid the cheers, few noticed the slight shift in Catherine's expression. Known for her composure in public, she now appeared quietly contemplative. Prince William maintained a composed demeanor, though his gaze hinted at concern. Then, something wholly unanticipated occurred. As the applause faded, the princess discreetly signaled to the event's host. Clearly taken aback, the host returned to the stage and made a surprise announcement. The Princess of Wales expressed a desire to play, and as she approached the grand piano, the room fell into a hushed stillness. Without any fanfare, she calmly adjusted the bench, sat down, and placed her fingers gently on the keys. Her first notes were soft but intentional, played with quiet confidence. As she continued, her music transformed the atmosphere. Where there had once been uncertainty, there was now awe. Kate didn't just demonstrate technical skill. She conveyed deep emotion, remembered each piece with care, and revealed the results of years of private practice. In that moment, she wasn't performing as a royal figure, but as a woman offering something personal to her audience. When the final note faded, silence lingered before the room erupted in thunderous applause. Deeply moved, the entire audience rose in a standing ovation. Just minutes after her stunning performance, renowned pianist Lang Lang stood and applauded her genuinely. The evening had become more than a musical showcase. It was a quiet assertion of self. While others were preoccupied with royal formalities, Catherine responded not with words or frustration, but with music, the one language that truly mattered then. In a time marked by immense challenges, from personal loss to the strain on healthcare workers and emotional isolation from loved ones, her gesture meant even more. Known for her quiet strength and authenticity, she reminded everyone that humility and talent are not mutually exclusive, and that grace and bravery can exist in the same breath. At a palace steeped in generations of tradition, her impromptu performance left a lasting impression. Yet this wasn't the only time she had shared her musical side. Her performance at Kensington Palace added to her growing list of accomplishments and further revealed a woman of feeling and exceptional ability beneath the royal title. However, glimpses of Kate's musical talent had already reached the public before. In December 2021, she gained attention for performing during the Together at Christmas Carol service at Westminster Abbey. She partnered with singer Tom Walker to perform his song, "For Those Who Can't Be Here," a performance broadcast to homes across the UK on Christmas Eve. Kate had put great effort into preparing, with Walker later sharing how thoughtful and hard-working she had been. He described her as kind, gracious, and fully committed, practicing at home with a backing track to perfect her part. He was genuinely impressed by her dedication and spoke highly of her musical abilities. This performance not only revealed a hidden talent, but also offered comfort and warmth during a time of widespread uncertainty. Her playing made the occasion feel intimate and resonated with many long after it ended. Among those praising her was broadcaster and writer Piers Morgan, who was notably impressed by her performance at Westminster Abbey. What he witnessed prompted him to take to social media, where he praised the princess's act as bold, calling it both very cool and very ballsy. In a follow-up post, he shared a photo of Kate at the piano, referring to her simply as a proper duchess. The public reaction mirrored Morgan's excitement, as messages of admiration and support quickly spread across social platforms. One viewer described the performance as absolutely brilliant, while another said it had uplifted them during a challenging time in the pandemic. Many others praised the princess for her honesty, effort, and musical ability, with one remarking, "She was lovely. It was a truly warm and human moment, and he gave it to us." The Duchess later reflected on the concert in a broader context, explaining that the pandemic had underscored the importance of human connection. She emphasized the power of kindness, noting that even the smallest gestures offered real comfort and relief during difficult days. In May 2023, Kate made a surprise return on a global stage during a pre-recorded segment at Windsor Castle for the Eurovision Song Contest, where she briefly played the piano. The unveiling of her performance sparked immediate attention and debate, with many questioning whether it had been performed live or recorded earlier. Nevertheless, her supporters rushed to her defense, referencing her previous collaboration with Tom Walker and highlighting her long-standing love of music. Kate has played the piano since childhood, although she rarely showcases this talent in public. Those who know her well recognize it as a quiet, personal passion. When she has shared her musical gift, be it on Christmas Eve or during a spontaneous evening at Kensington Palace, it has never been to seek attention or prove herself. Instead, it's always been about connection, humility, and the unifying power of music. By the time she walked off stage at Kensington, there was no doubt left. The Princess of Wales had proven herself as an artist as much as a royal. The cheers that echoed through the Grand Hall were a testament to her grace, poise, and natural talent, deepening the public's admiration for her. By revealing this more personal side once again, Kate reminded the world that strength and elegance aren't always expressed through words. They can resonate through music. Her refined performance may have revealed a long-hidden talent or simply a deeply cherished one kept out of the spotlight. Long before she became the Duchess of Cambridge or the Princess of Wales, Kate Middleton was a quiet and dedicated student with a strong interest in music. Though her royal duties have since taken center stage, her musical abilities remained largely out of public view for years. She began piano lessons as a young girl growing up in Berkshire. Her former teacher, Daniel Nichols, recalled that she started around the age of 10 or 11 and continued until she was about 13. Speaking to the Evening Standard years later, Nichols fondly remembered her as a warm, kind-hearted student who was always a pleasure to teach. He described her quiet dedication to learning, saying she always followed instructions and practiced regularly without complaint. She had a natural talent, better than many would expect, even though she never aimed to become a concert pianist. Still, she consistently worked to improve. As a teenager, she reached grade 3 in the Associated Board of the Royal Schools of Music (ABRSM) exams, a respected benchmark for music education in the UK. Considering that grade 8 is the highest level, achieving grade 3 while managing school and other commitments was impressive. Her former teacher, Nichols, was clearly moved by her journey and composed an original piece as a personal gift for Kate and Prince William's royal wedding in 2011. He recorded the piece and sent it to the couple, a meaningful tribute to her early musical path and the memories they had shared at the family piano. What makes this chapter of Kate's life particularly striking is that she never promoted it. In a time when public figures often spotlight their skills and hobbies, the Duchess kept her piano playing largely private. For years, few knew that behind her graceful public image was someone who had spent countless hours practicing scales and reading sheet music as a child. Her musical ability seemed less like a hidden talent and more like a cherished personal joy, something she pursued quietly and humbly. Kate's piano playing eventually became public during important moments. In December 2021, she performed alongside singer-songwriter Tom Walker at Westminster Abbey's Together at Christmas concert playing For Those Who Can't Be Here. The Christmas Eve broadcast surprised many and earned praise. People were moved not just by her ability, but by the emotion in her performance, a depth that comes only from years of genuine connection with music. She appeared again in 2023 at the Eurovision Song Contest, performing a brief yet elegant piece filmed at Windsor Castle. Though short, it reminded audiences of her deep musical roots. These performances weren't about recognition or attention. They were expressions of feeling, connection, and the quiet power of the arts, even from someone living under the constant gaze of the public. Kate Middleton's musical story isn't one of perfection or display, though she clearly has the skill. Her performance for a major event even earned commentary like, "The Princess of Wales showing off her piano-playing skills, Kate Middleton pitching in," underscoring how significant the moment was. More than anything, it shows how a talent nurtured in childhood through dedication can stay with a person for life. It highlights the beauty of returning to something that once brought joy and using it to bring comfort to others, even in small, understated ways. In Kate's case, it proves that a talent doesn't need widespread attention to be meaningful. It only needs to be sincere. And perhaps the piano was just the beginning of something even more unexpected. Kate Middleton, now the Princess of Wales, is usually seen at formal events, elegantly dressed and greeting crowds. But beyond the royal duties is a woman with a deep-rooted love for music, one that began long before she joined the royal family. Though most have seen her giving speeches or supporting charities, music has been a quiet, personal part of her life for many years. Now, the world is finally beginning to see that she plays. Kate's performance on the piano, particularly during her memorable collaboration with singer-songwriter Tom Walker, highlighted her musical abilities. However, many may not realize that the piano is just one of the many instruments she has mastered over the years. According to Classic FM, Kate also learned to play the flute when she was younger. This wasn't just a passing interest. She was actively involved in her school's orchestra, playing the woodwind instrument alongside her peers. Being part of a school orchestra demands dedication, including regular rehearsals, teamwork with fellow musicians, and the confidence to perform live. This shows that Kate's connection to music runs deep. In addition to her instrumental skills, she also received vocal training and achieved grade 5 in both singing and music theory, a notable level within the UK's music education system. To reach grade 5, students typically spend years developing a strong foundation in musical techniques and principles. Passing music theory at this level also suggests a deeper understanding of how music is structured and composed, not just performed. A recent viral TikTok clip offered a charming glimpse into Kate's early musical journey. It featured 11-year-old Kate performing in a school production of My Fair Lady, where she played Eliza Doolittle and sang Wouldn't It Be Loverly with a sweet and innocent voice fitting for a school stage. The video revealed a lively and expressive side of Kate that contrasts with her public persona today. Even in her 2021 Christmas concert, her joy in performing was evident despite the pressures of a national event, a historic setting, and the intense attention that comes with her royal status. Those who collaborated with her during that performance spoke highly of her talent and poise. Tom Walker, whom she accompanied, noted how professionally she handled the experience, maintaining calm and focus despite not having rehearsed with the other musicians beforehand. The performance was held in a setting filled with cameras, history, and public expectations, yet Kate delivered flawlessly, impressing both the studio team and the audience. Walker shared that Kate was gracious and appreciative of everyone involved, including his band and the accompanying string quartet. He described the experience as surreal and unforgettable, one of those rare, magical moments. Walker also praised Kate's warmth and kindness, saying she was genuinely grateful to perform with the group. It's not often that a chart-topping artist collaborates with royalty, especially someone who combines humility with real musical talent. As for musical ability in the royal family, Kate is not alone. Music appears to be a shared passion among the royals. While her piano performances have touched many in recent years, other members of the royal family also share a deep connection to music in their own unique ways. Long before Kate Middleton appeared at Westminster Abbey to play in a televised Christmas carol service, music had already been a part of royal life. Queen Elizabeth II was introduced to music at a young age and learned to play the piano. Classic FM reports that she grew up during a time when musical education was seen as an essential part of a well-rounded upbringing, especially for those in the upper class. Although she never performed publicly like her granddaughter-in-law does today, music remained a subtle but constant presence throughout Queen Elizabeth's reign, from royal ceremonies to state events. Princess Diana was also musically gifted. She was said to have played the piano early in her life. While she is best remembered for her elegance, charity work, and public presence, music was one of her quiet talents. Like Kate, Diana rarely showcased her musical skills publicly but likely enjoyed music privately. Over time, Diana's love for the arts and her musical ear added to her charm and grace. Sources close to the royal family say King Charles III, now the monarch, has a deep connection to music. As a young man, he didn't just try out one instrument, he studied several. The cello became his favorite, and the one he pursued most seriously. His dedication was clear when he earned a place in the Trinity College Orchestra at Cambridge University. Being part of a university orchestra requires skill, discipline, and teamwork. Though his royal duties eventually led him away from music, it was clearly an important part of his early adult years. A more recent example of royal musical talent is Lady Gabriella Windsor. While not as famous as the senior royals, she has made her mark in music. In 2020, she released 2 original songs under the stage name Ella Windsor. Her songs, Out of Blue and Bam Bam, were more than just artistic endeavors. They supported a cause close to her heart. Gabriella used these songs to raise funds and awareness for the Playing for Change Foundation, which connects and empowers communities worldwide through music. Her musical moment became even more special when she first performed Out of Blue at her wedding reception in May 2019, according to Family Insiders. Gabriella shared, "I played Brambles the Badger. I have a small but important role in the film because Brambles is a key part of the Magicville community and a witness to Sleepy and Ginny's adventures." Singing at her own wedding might be daunting for many brides, but Gabriella embraced it with confidence. Her heartfelt performance was meaningful, surrounded by loved ones. Do you think these musical talents will be passed down to the younger generation of royals? What other secrets might the princess be hiding? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates. Also, check out the next video on your screen. You're sure to enjoy it.